Hi everyone, today I'm in Pu'er, that's the industrial park of Pu'er city, and that's where most of the tea is pressed in Pu'er city. And so I'm in my friend's tea factory, and we're gonna go on a quick tour of this factory. So we've been pressing tea here since 2017, and we keep working with my friend Yangbin because he does a very good job. So come on, we can have a look there. So first you can see there's a lot of tea piled everywhere here. But fortunately my friend is quite organized and he doesn't mix up. I think I would never be able to do that job. But you have tea from many people. In a year he can press about 30 tons of tea in this factory. So you could say it's medium, small size. Okay. This is mainly a storage room. And it's also a place in which you can pile the tea and homogenize it. They can do all sorts of stuff here. You can see that now they are just drying those little... these things are used for pressing the tea. This is to put the tea and mold it into the cake shape. So they are just drying them here. You can see also that there are those water sprayers, and they can be used, for example, when you make when you're going to press ripe pu'er or white tea, you need to add a bit of water in it actually to make it more sticky. So this is a thing. Well, you can see that here some tea has been here for a long time, and because of all the piling and stuff, some dust, it's like the hair of the buds that accumulates here usually. Okay, so that's it for the storage. He has a few stuff that are stored long term, but most of the time it's more a continuous line, and you can see that these batches are the next one which are going to be pressed. So now we're going to go and have a look at the pressing factory. Yeah, come on. So you can see that here he has two lines for pressing the tea, and here you can see that this is the tea that's been pressed maybe this morning. So you can have a look here. It's getting dried. Well, it has to rest a little bit, and once it's rested, it's going to go over there. We have all kinds of shapes. You can see there are some bricks like this. You have 357 ripe pu'er. Here we've got some white tea, and this is 100 gram. So you can see he can manage to press them without too much pressure, which is very crucial for 100 gram cakes. Otherwise they are impossible to break. So this is what's been pressed in the morning. You can see that they keep pressing. Maybe we can come and have a closer look here. So here we're on one of those pressing lines. So you can see that they have homogenized the tea. They make sure it's clean because it's also part of their job to actually judge if the tea is of acceptable quality or not, because they will use their own hygiene inspection label on it. So once the tea is accepted for pressing, you can see that here he's going to weigh the tea on a weighing scale. So he gets, I think, 102 grams, because you always lose a little bit of weight, so you need to weigh a bit more than what's needed for your cake. And here you have a steamer, and you can see that so the leaves are progressively steamed for a couple dozen seconds. And then it will go on to the next step where he shapes the tea in the mold. So we can have a look. He's going to take the next one. Yeah, you can see he takes this little sock, then empty the metal mold, and there comes the more technical move you need to do to make sure that the cake has a good shape. And then it's going to be pressed on that hydraulic press at low pressure for a little bit of time, and then usually when it's the 357, they will they will use stones to do a second compression with the stone, which will last for about 10 minutes. But I think for the 100-gram cakes, they don't do that because it would incur too much pressure, and like I say, it would be harder to extract. So yeah, for the 100-gram cakes and also for those bricks, you can see that it's all hydraulic pressing. And for the 357 that we press, they use first the hydraulic press and then those stones, which are about 25 kilo each. And once the tea is pressed, so you can see that it's put to rest here. These are probably already dried. Once the cake is pressed, so you can see here, these cakes are still a bit hot, like baked bread, and well, they are still a bit. They have some high water content in them. They are still a bit wet, so they're going to need to be dried. And this is also maybe the most crucial step in the pressing process. So here I'm in this dark room. I'm not sure you can see me well. Hello, and this is when you close the door, you can add the heater, and you want to reach about 50 degrees Celsius and create a very dry environment so that the tea is dried under mild heat. If you exceed that heat, you might end up with some green tea. So it's very crucial not to heat up too much, and it can happen sometimes if the producer is in a rush to get the tea dry, and it's a bad practice. Now, in the past, those cakes could also be sun dried. I think it might still be practiced in EU, for example, but I haven't seen it in a while, honestly. So once the cakes are out of the factory, they are dried. Oh, this is black tea. This is beautiful black tea. Look at that. One but two leaves. Beautiful. They're going to be wrapped. So you see, it makes a U. So they're going to be wrapped. You can have a look here. This is our cakes, actually. You can see. Yeah, you can see our logo here. So this is the cakes. This is the Chiang Mai autumn pressing, and you can have a look here because they are wrapping our cakes right now. So yeah, you can have a look. This is our autumn wrappers. We didn't make enough bushu to make a pressing this year, so this is only Shanghai, but it's handmade Shanghai. This is all our cakes, which are going to be wrapped. Oh, you can see some dragon balls here as well. So they are hand rolled. These not too tightly pressed, so it's convenient. You can brew them. And here you can see some ripe pu'er cakes. Very nice. So then, once they wrap the cakes, then they. So usually we don't wrap them in tongs nowadays because we sell mainly retail, and well, it's just a necessary. It's a necessary to wrap them in tong. Otherwise, you would be in this step, and you will use this kind of bamboo leaves. So this is hand wrapped with bamboo leaves. It's quite a technique. Unfortunately, there might be problems with customs as well if you send those bamboo stuff through the post. So yeah, it's been quite a pain to use this. But it's always nice to have those bamboo tongs. And so they also use this room for any kind of additional processing. And there we are. So this is the end. You can see this is a U-turn, and that's how the cakes are pressed. So as I said, my friend presses about 30 tons. He told me 30 tons a year. And it's not a job that makes a lot of money because there's a lot of competition. It's actually fairly cheap to get your teas pressed. And yeah, the competition is hard. So I would say it's not a very profitable business. You need to work hard, long hours. And well, it's... he does a very good job, a very conscientious job, and he's also a very good tea drinker. He's amazing at tasting the tea, so I like to taste tea with my friend. And yeah, so this is his tea table, and I'm gonna keep drinking tea with him. So thank you for watching, and see you later. Bye bye.